When did your parents instantly regret giving you an ultimatum? During the summer before college, my parents ambushed me with their ultimatum. You're majoring in medicine or we're cutting you off completely, my mother announced, sliding the pre-med requirements across the table. No money for tuition, no housing, nothing. My father stood behind her with his arms crossed like they'd rehearsed this power play for weeks. But I want to study film, I protested. Doctors make real money. Film majors make coffee. My father drummed his fingers on the table. Medicine, or nothing at all. I looked at the course catalog they'd circled in red ink and smiled. Fine, I'll study medicine then. I declared my triple major in film, medieval medicine history, and classical studies on registration day because technically, medieval medicine was still medicine, according to the university's own course listings. Over Thanksgiving break, my mother opened my backpack looking for laundry and found Leeches Through History, A Medical Journey, next to film production basics in my textbook pile. What the hell is bloodletting theory and why are you studying it? She screamed, waving my syllabus. You said to study medicine. Bloodletting was the primary medical treatment for 2,000 years, I replied, carving the turkey. That's when they found my homework project, which was 20 glass jars filled with store-bought leeches I was categorizing by size from my practical applications of Hirudo Medicinalis presentation. My mother fainted into the mashed potatoes while my father tried to flush my leeches down the toilet, not realizing they could survive in pipes. The leeches colonized their house for 3 months, appearing in the sink during their dinner parties and causing their guests to scream and run out on them. I brought home a full-size replica of a plague doctor costume for my midterm project and practiced walking around their house at night for authenticity, wearing the terrifying bird mask and black cloak. Their neighbors called the police 4 times, reporting a demon in the backyard. For my medieval surgical tools through cinema final, I constructed a working guillotine in their garage using their table saw and my mother's yoga mat as demonstration materials. She discovered it when she tried to park and crashed into what she thought was lawn equipment, but was actually a 6-foot execution device. The Homeowners Association fined them $800 for displaying instruments of death visible from the street. I started growing medicinal herbs for my ancient remedies in modern film course, including nightshade, hemlock, and wolfsbane in their greenhouse, not mentioning these were deadly poisons. Their gardener quit immediately, claiming the house was cursed while my parents had to explain to poison control why their backyard tested positive for enough toxins to kill a medieval village. Junior year, a production assistant burst into my Plague Dynamics in Medieval Europe seminar, begging for help because their historical consultant had quit mid-production, and they needed someone immediately. The director handed me $2,000 cash to teach their lead actor why medieval doctors believed rubbing a live chicken on plague buboes would draw out the poison. The chicken has to be angry or the treatment won't work because the rage attracts the disease, I explained while the actor practiced with increasingly agitated poultry. The chickens escaped into my parents' house during Christmas dinner because I'd been practicing at home and forgot to lock the coop I'd built in their basement. 17 angry chickens destroyed their formal dining room while important business clients tried to eat turkey surrounded by the screaming birds I'd trained to attack anything that looked like a plague bubo. The production loved my work and recommended me to 3 other shows needing someone who understood both medieval medicine and camera angles. Soon I was storing period-accurate medical equipment at my parents' house, including surgical chairs, bronze cauterization tools, and skull drills that customs held for 6 weeks thinking they were murder weapons. My mother opened what she thought was my laundry and found 40 preserved pig bladders I was using to demonstrate medieval surgical techniques. My father discovered my collection of historical medical specimens when jars of fake organs I'd made for a horror series started leaking formaldehyde in their hall closet, destroying his vintage wine collection stored below. I was making $5,000 per episode teaching actors how to diagnose humor imbalances, while my parents' house became known as that place with the medical torture devices, drastically dropping property values on their entire street. I landed my biggest contract supervising medical accuracy for a multi-season series about the Black Death. I needed to demonstrate how medieval doctors thought disease spread through bad smells, so I created an authentic miasma chamber in my parents' living room, using sulfur compounds and rotting vegetables to simulate medieval London's stench. The smell triggered a hazmat response when neighbors reported a chemical attack, and my parents returned from vacation to find their house wrapped in contamination tape. They tried to stage an intervention, but arrived at my apartment to find me teaching 5 producers and A-list actors how to properly vomit black bile for a critically acclaimed death scene. My mother sobbed watching me sign another 6-figure contract while demonstrating trepanation on a watermelon, distraught at how I was making more money than the 2 of them combined by showing people how to pretend to die from diseases we cured centuries ago. My parents stopped complaining after I hired them a cleaning service to deal with the last of the leeches still emerging from their pipes.